All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a unique rant. Um, I wanted to cover the future of WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. And the reason why I wanted to cover the future of WWE because I am mad. I am pissed. I am angry at what has happened to my favorite sport. A sport that I grew up on, and a sport that pretty much gave me hope and light in my darkest of hours of childhood. And, especially in the last 3 months or so, I have been, watching like old school wrestling videos. I'm watching like these shows of Jim Cornette, one of my favorite personalities in the wrestling business. And that's once I started like watching my old school videos, and then I was coming across all these commentaries where now we all know that wrestling was fake. Okay, we all know wrestling was fake. We kind of knew that once we became teenagers, but there was this invisible elephant in the room. The elephant was in the room, but we pretended it was invisible because it was so good. Okay. Um, but now it's not just the elephant in the room, it's the freaking dinosaur in the room. At least back in the days when you watched wrestling. And the reason why, why I'm into wrestling so much? It's in my DNA. Why is it in my DNA? My dad, my father, and my grandfather were in Akara, Kushti, back in the days when they were from the age of 18 to age of 25 or 26, they were doing wrestling. So that memory of them doing the wrestling went into their DNA, and through my father's testicles, that memory was passed on to my mother's womb. And here I am, the product of that DNA. So don't blame me. It's just in my DNA. And I actually just recently found out about my grandfather too, because I was telling my mom's here for Thanksgiving. I'm like, Mom, did I remember Dad did the wrestling, right? She's like, yeah, he was in these kushtis and akara, and him and his grandfather, meaning my grandfather, used to go together as tag team. This is why it's in my blood, young blood. So when I was like watching these new videos, and I'm like, my God, they forget back in the days when you kind of knew what might be the result. There were rumors. Now they just announce these cards on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram that okay, this is going to be the card on WrestleMania, and this person is going to win, this person is going to lose, this person is going to have a count out. What's the point of paying for pay-per-view? What is the point of watching something when you already know the result? You go and watch boxing, you go watch UFC fighting because of the fact it's unpredictable result, although at least for right now. Okay? Not to mention the whole realistic entertainment factor is gone. That factor was really gone back in 1999 when WWE took that approach of ridiculous entertainment, ridiculous, stupid storyline of circus and clowns, versus back in the days when it was like Bret Hart versus Lex Luger, when it was Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels in WrestleMania 12, I believe, or 13. That was it. From that point onward, it just became a joke where even the 17-year self of me couldn't watch it. I'm like, what is this? This is like totally made up crap. Cars blowing up. I think they played one scenario of somebody having, uh, uh, you know, heart attack on the thing. I mean, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So then, since I was into it, I looked at I looked at the time when WWE went public, because it went public in 1999. Okay, and it went public at 9:30 a.m. So what did I do? I created a chart, and I'm going to show you the astrological chart of this deadbeat dinosaur to be. If you look, this was the time when WWE went public. Okay. Um, I think I don't have the actual time and date. It's in my software. This is just the planetary alignment. And they have been in Rahu Mahadasha. Okay? They have been in Rahu Mahadasha since 2006. Rahu is in the 10th house, in the sign of Cancer and Nakshatra of Pushya, which is one of the most amazing placement for Rahu to be. Rahu is receiving the aspect of Moon, the 10th Lord, creating a Raj Yoga. So Rahu becomes a Yoga Karaka. Rahu becomes a Raj Yoga Karak planet. And this is why WWE is actually doing well right now. Regardless of what they do, they're doing well. And they're going to continue to do well till July 15th of 2024. From July of 2024, Jupiter is going to start, which is a trick lord conjunct the debilitated Saturn in the 7th house. Not to mention, Jupiter is retrograde. Jupiter becomes Kendrapati Josha in the Navamsha, sitting in the 12th house of loss. And this is why they made this mistake of taking this company public, because as soon as they took this company public, a brand new chart of this company was born. Luckily, it was done at a very good time where, Vince is making all the money he can. And he's going to continue to make money, especially this year. Rahu Venus period, their stock has gone up. Why? Because Venus is in the 11th house of gains in its own nakshatra. Its dispositor is in Parivartan Yoga. Okay, being in this Parivartan Yoga with Sun and Venus, absolutely it'll do well. It'll continue to do well in Rahu Sun. It'll also do well in Rahu Moon. And then from Rahu Mars is when there's going to be a lot of conflict in the company, because Mars is in the 3rd house in Mula Nakshatra. Conflicts, internal conflicts will happen. Conflicts with talent, management. And once Jupiter starts, this will be the point where they will eventually fold. I think before Jupiter Saturn comes in, they will probably fold. So this is the horoscope that we see based on the time that the stock went public on New York Stock Exchange. Okay. And right now, they will enjoy, they should enjoy. If you're making money, why not? Make money. But they have ruined this favorite sport of mine. Before even basketball, man, I wanted to be a WWF wrestler. And this is why I can see, even now at this age, why I keep watching the old videos. And for some reason, it always, every year, in December, this time it happened in November, in December, I always go back and watch old wrestling videos. Whether it was Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, versus whether it was a ladder match between Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels. But it just now pisses me off that people who shouldn't be running this business are running this business. And they have completely killed this business for good. It's not coming back. I mean, Jim Cornette just put it the perfect way. You guys should watch. If you like old school wrestling, watch Jim Cornette's video. He is a realist. If I had like $100 million, I would be like, okay, Jim Cornette, let's start a new wrestling business. Take over the storyline. But now, the last time I watched WWE, if I have to think, it's been too long. I think 2004 or 3. It's been more than a decade. It's almost going to be like 17 years since I've watched, like actually sat down. Oh my God, Monday Night Raw is coming. And my God, WCW was one of my favorites. And they ruined it because they're greed, they're bad management. But, just, I was just kind of frustrated. I'm like, what happened to this uh, golden business of wrestling, especially Smoky Mountain Wrestling? Then there was Tennessee Wrestling. All of them. Remember back in India? Back in India, we used to like steal cable from the neighbors, right? You have the wire wrapped around, and then the black and white TV was there. And the very first image, this is let me tell you the history of my love for WWF. When I was trying to watch a cable when we didn't have cable from our neighbor's cable, our TV, the very first channel that showed up was Bret the Hitman Hart entering on, I think it was a Sunday night television or Sunday morning television. And that's it, I was hooked. So for me, that was the start of loving wrestling. But, it is what it is. Whatever rises, dies. Just like the sun rises, sun will set on every single thing you see. Even people who are thinking that this country is the most awesome, or they're thinking that country is the most awesome. Every country rises, falls, rises, falls. Like maybe in 200 years, this won't be called the United States. It'll probably be called the United States of China or something. Who knows? Everything is a sunrise and a sunset. Once you know that, then you're not really mad, but it's like, come on. Please do right to the business that you have created. But it is what it is. So, and then also one thing I forgot to see here. If you look at the Charadasha, 2024 Jupiter starts, 2024 Aquarius starts. Okay? Aquarius Charadasha starts. Lord of Aquarius is debilitated in the third house. Third house is what? Sports, grabbing arts, wrestling. So not only the Jupiter Dasha is going to come, but Aquarius Dasha at the same time is coming and will definitely bring some sort of an end to this. Maybe they will go from a publicly traded company to a privately traded company, but definitely it's not going to be good for them. It's not going to be good. And this is why I think going public sometimes for the long run may not be the greatest thing. But again, Vince McMahon's next 10 generations are going to be okay with the money that they have made now. So, more power to them. Why not? Go make your money. Ruin our lives and go make your money. So, I just wanted to get the frustration out astrologically. I hope you're okay with that. And if you're not okay with that, big man, I will see you at Royal Rumble. Anyway, that's enough of trash talking from me. Okay? I'm going to lay the smack down now.